I take that cloth, I don't know, if I take out the cloth and untie your mouth, you will scream. But seeing you mumbling and that little tears that roll down your eyes when you give up and stay still, that, like, the rest is just too graphic. But then the beginning stages of the chat,
and like it wasn't working, but I needed to be high enough so I could sleep. My eyes were tired, but I couldn't sleep. I slept around 6 a.m. and around 9 I heard knocking on my door, and I thought maybe it's one of my neighbors because it's Sunday morning. Most of them would have gone to church. Maybe one of them wants to ask for something or something like that. I stood up. I was having a headache. I was still drunk. And I was having a headache. And immediately I opened the door, I got pushed back. Before I get to my door, like, there is my fridge, and then a few steps forward, there's my door. I hit my head on the door because I couldn't, I got pushed back. I hit my head on the fridge.
Now, when I saw this part, the first question that came to my mind was, why would such a young girl have insomnia to the point where she has to drink or get high before she can sleep? And then I went through,
because I'm no doctor, because there are some rare cases of insomnia whereby it gets so bad that your sleep can only be self-induced, like your drowsiness can only be self-induced. That's why you have people who smoke weed, you have people who have to be high or drunk to sleep, because it has to be induced. They can't do it natural like you and I. Praise be to God.
her social media pages, and I found this particular post where she said, lost my brother, lost my mom, failed WAEC English, became an orphan, no relatives, no siblings, got my first apartment, forgotten how to pray, dealt with battling cysts. She said, you can see that she has been through a lot. Based on this, it explains why she's living alone. Explains why probably because of all these things she has gone through, she can't sleep and stuff like that. But that's not the subject of this. Let's go on. Now, the rest of it is very graphic. I mean, an intruder, when she opened the door, let me just try to just narrate it instead of, her crying and everything. An intruder, someone who knocked on her door. Sunday, everybody has gone to church in her compound. Someone knocked on her door. She was still kind of drowsy and high. So when she went to open the door, all she felt was that something pushed her and her head hit something, and that was it. The next time she could open her eyes, someone has put some cloth in her mouth and tied it, and the person was taking advantage of her. You get a point. Grape. Yeah. And after she could feel that thing, like somebody on her and stuff like that, and then she passed out again. When she woke up, she bleeding down there, she felt like, oh, maybe it's her menses or whatever it is. She didn't really know what happened until someone sent her this message on TikTok. Now, the message is quite confusing, and some parts of this whole story is not really that clear. But after she had narrated the story of what really happened to her very graphically, she kind of started apologizing to her friends, kind of like she wants to take her own life and stuff. And that one too was, some way. Even the video that she posted, if you look at the caption that she has given to it, she said, "I'm genuinely sorry, but I can't hold up anymore. It was so nice meeting you all, and I'm sorry." And you can see that she was, trying to, like a farewell message, trying to check out.
But then why would she be recording a video narrating her ordeal, then putting in the caption, "It was nice knowing you, bye"? Okay, we move.
And stuff like that. But then she posted another video, and this time she was in a hospital, and she said, "I did, and I'm barely alive." And now to the caption is, "I actually did. I've been, like she has tried to off herself for months, and I didn't get a single sympathy from anyone." And I'm like, the whole thing, I'll read the message, but she posted a video, and in the video, she used a sound saying like you abandoned me, I will not forgive you and stuff like
Yeah, I
that.
saw that
And she
too.
would not a soul except 3 guys, which they have to go to work. And you can see down there she has written that notes. They reached out to 2 of my friends who promised to come this morning, but I'm about to get discharged. No show. So this looks like somebody who already has issues with friends. Like she's maybe abandonment issues. She's alone.
Yeah.
For such a young lady to even be living on her own is a question. But I think Nigeria is normal. Sometimes you see some girls living alone and stuff like that. Well, so according to her, her friends didn't even come to check up on her. People are now calling for her friends to come and check up on her. But then if you check the message that this supposed person sent, the beginning part of the message was just a graphic description of what the guy had done, and it's very, very foolish.
I actually read this message, and I swear I was gone for like 2 hours. I was wondering how someone could be this. Shit, man, the world is a very fucked up place, man.
You don't know me because you decided to close your eyes even after waking up from passing out. I want to tell you that even if you remember me or my face because we have met twice and you kept ignoring me the second time, I had to pay boys to stop empty bike from entering that side, so you would wait and talk to me, but you kept distancing yourself. You complimented the way I speak and you said I smell nice, but you still refuse to give me your number, and you are so good looking and you sound so cute. I wish you could have made some sound, but I'm scared if I take that cloth, if I take out the cloth and untie your mouth, you will scream. But seeing you mumbling and that little tears that roll down your eyes when you give up and stay still, that, like, you know, the rest is just too graphic. But then the beginning stages of the chat,
God, I don't think I can continue with this video. This guy is the devil. Like, fuck.
according to this guy, he has met the girl twice. He tried to run her, the girl didn't give her a chance. Because of that, he had to pay the first time. After the first time, the second time, he had to pay some people to stop empty motorbike from coming to the girl's area, so that he will come and pass probably with his bike or his car to pick up the girl, and when he sees the girl by the roadside, give her a lift and initiate conversation. And according to him, the girl complimented him, said he speaks nice, or say he smells nice, and still didn't give him her number. Now, if you are trying to talk to somebody and the person didn't give you her number,
The person's
should
not
you
interested.
go to the person's house and do this to her? Question. Also, I'm wondering, with all these clues, why is he giving all these clues? Does he want to be caught? That's
Because
if it's true.
it's a sick and twisted game the person is playing. Like, the person clearly knows that she's done what he wanted to do. He has already overpowered her. Obviously she's feeling hopeless, powerless, and useless right now. So it's a mental thing for these people. These are sick, disturbed people. To them, it's all just a game. It's all just a fucking game where they can evade and get more. Like, there's no reason. The person is just sick. The guy is just a fucking.
True, because right now I can't even trust social media that much anymore. But
Nah,
if this
I can't.
is legit
I'm still in between.
and he's giving her all these, can she actually remember this guy? That's the question, if she can. Now, the rest, he was just, trying to be like describing the things he did to her, and that's very foolish. But then it gets to a point where he said that you are smart and you will definitely figure out who I am. But let me tell you, my father has the money to bury the case right before it gets to court. So don't bother, my darling. And besides, you can't find me, and you don't even have the money to considering your situation. Okay. You don't have the money
Considering
to,
your
considering your
situation,
situation, you are feeding from hand to mouth, and you are living on an edge of life. So keep the little money to feed, okay? And you guys they knock off and make, and this part too, he was advising the girl on some boys, man. Now he's saying that his father is rich. His father can push this thing from.
What better way to spend your dad's money than to use it burying a case of rape that you are involved with? What better way to spend your father's money?
Ever blowing up. And if it's true, I really believe that Nigeria, a rich man's son can actually say this to his victim.
Yeah, it's possible.
Because that's the Niger way. And then after saying a lot of other nonsense about the girl and how he used blade to cut her and some things, after saying a lot of nasty stuff, I mean, if you go on TikTok, you can find it, but I can't, describe those kind of things over here. After that,
one time was
he said that in the nearest future, maybe 4 or 5 years, we will meet again and you will date and we will date. I'm sure you would have forgotten by then, and I love you. Don't see me as a bad person, okay? You turned me down twice.
What? I'm sure 4 to 5 years we'll date, but by that time he would have forgotten. So let me get this straight. He did what he wanted to do, and now he's hoping he can get back with her 5 years from now where she has no regret. So how can you live with yourself? How can you marry someone that you sexually assaulted years back, but the person lost their memory? Man, some people are demons in disguise, man. Fucking demons.
You don't know how much I spent to find your location, and you turn a whole me down. Bye for now.
Who the fuck are you?
This is why Kobiche has been doing the hashtag Boys Lives Matter campaign. We keep teaching the girls how to be like a lady and how to take care of yourself, and we don't teach the boys common sense. Because how do you solve or answer rejection with this? If you have tried to talk to somebody and the person has rejected you, is this what to do? That's why Kobiche, shout out to Kobiche for pushing the Boys Lives Matter campaign, which I seriously support, because you should be teaching your male children also common sense, how to be responsible men, how to be good husbands, teach your male children. Because if you teach the females how to be responsible and stuff, and you don't teach the guys, there's these responsible girls who come and meet these foolish boys.
Yeah.
Guess what will happen?
Yeah.
Now, this matter has gone so far that if you go to Nigeria right now, the Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency came to write the official statement. Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency has taken note of the multiple tags and public concerns regarding a video currently circulating on social media in which a young woman shared her experience of SA at her residence on her TikTok page. We want to state clearly that we have seen the reports and we are actively making efforts to reach the survivor to offer immediate support and appropriate intervention and ascertain the location. Our team has initiated contact through available channels and will continue efforts to establish communication. If anyone has credible information that can assist us in reaching her directly and safely, please contact the agency by sending us a DM on any of our official social media channels. The Lagos State government maintains a zero-tolerance stance against all forms of domestic and SA. SA is a crime, and every survivor deserves protection, care, support, and justice. We encourage survivors to speak up and assure the public that reports are treated with utmost confidentiality and urgency. And then they put their contacts over there. Now, if you go and check TikTok right now, can they figure out who is behind the account? That's one question. This person claiming that their parents is rich and they can bury the case before the case even gets anywhere sensible. I mean, if you go on TikTok, you go on social media, I'm very sure you would see this this story there because of YouTube's policies. I can't really describe certain things because it might trigger somebody else's trauma and stuff like that. But then whatever happened to this girl is quite unfortunate, and that's if all things being true. Because I don't believe social media nowadays. The extent that some people go for clout, certain things I don't believe anymore. Because the guy, I don't see, honestly, I don't see why somebody will commit such an act and then send you a whole message trying to describe how he has met you twice and you complimented him
I'm being
and
honest,
stuff.
that does sound like a little bit of a hole, but man, I don't know, man. If I come out and say she's telling the truth, you have to understand that we're in a very precarious position. Now, if I come out and say she's telling the truth, it might lead to one thing. If later in the story ends up being false, if I come out and say she's lying or she's the right exaggeration, she doesn't know what she's talking about, it leads to another thing else where like, so I understand why many creators handling the story don't even want to like be too invested but also invested at the same time. It's a delicate story for a reason. You can't afford to get roped into it too much.
To give you clues on how to find him and stuff. It doesn't make sense to me how someone can be this foolish, but then there are some people who can't be this foolish anyway and do such things. But then the story is not clear in certain angles. She has done a video trying to still apologize to people and to her friends and her TikTok friends and stuff like that. All I can say is please don't off yourself. Don't delete yourself. It's not worth it. No matter what you've been through, I know there can be difficult times, but this is not something that should make you take your own life.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Please don't do that.
Yeah.
Now, this is trending. Let me know what you think about it. The story there we are following, and it's not too clear. How he found her house, I know, so far as he can stop Moto from coming to her area, it means he probably knows her area, probably paid or have been monitoring her social media, her TikTok page to see her in front of her door and all that per research. Because if you go on her TikTok, you see videos of her standing in front of her house and stuff. So if he's in the area, he checks the house is crying, he can see that okay, this looks like the girl's house. Another reason to be very careful what you post on social media, not to give away your location.
Yeah.
And also living alone as a young girl in certain places, especially in Lagos, some way. But then this is what's going on social media right now, and it's crazy. It's crazy. The rejection is painful, but it doesn't give you the right
story, everyone. Yeah, like I said, man, it's a very shaky story. But no matter how you want to look at it, it's shaky for a lot of reasons. Look, man, y'all should stay safe out there. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I'm not going to press any further. I'm just going to leave it out there for you people to talk about. It was a sad occurrence. It's a very terrible thing. Such a thing shouldn't have happened. There's never a reason to sexually assault someone. And thoughts and prayers with her. And you all have a good one. Peace.